Ozempic costs over $1,000 a month. Most people can't get it. And the side effects? Nausea, muscle loss, hair loss, even a condition called stomach paralysis. But here's what nobody in the pharmaceutical world wants you to know. Your body already makes the exact same hormone that Ozempic mimics. It's called GLP-1, and certain everyday foods trigger it naturally. Not at the same dose, but enough to curb your appetite, slow down how fast food leaves your stomach, and stop the cravings that are sabotaging your diet every single day. And in the next 8 minutes, we show you the 5 most powerful foods, ranked by the science, starting with the one that most people already have in their kitchen but are eating at the completely wrong time. Before we get into the list, you need to understand what GLP-1 actually does, because once you understand the mechanism, everything else makes sense. GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It is a hormone released by specialized cells in your small intestine called L cells. Every time you eat. When GLP-1 is released, 3 things happen almost immediately. First, your pancreas releases the right amount of insulin. Second, your stomach slows how fast it empties, so you stay full longer. And third, your brain receives a direct signal that says stop eating, you are satisfied. Ozempic artificially floods your system with a synthetic version of this hormone. Let's get into foods that trigger it. Number 1. Avocado. The timing trick most people get it wrong. You already eat avocado, but are you eating it at the right time? A 2019 study published in Nutrients found that adding just half an avocado to a meal increased GLP-1 levels significantly more than eating the same meal without it. The reason is the combination of monounsaturated fat and soluble fiber, both of which directly stimulate L cells in your small intestine. But here is the part nobody talks about. Timing matters. Research shows your GLP-1 response is strongest in the morning, following your body's circadian rhythm. A meal eaten at 8 in the morning produces a significantly more pronounced GLP-1 release than the exact same meal eaten at 5 in the afternoon. So if you are saving your avocado for a late lunch or dinner, you are leaving half the benefit on the table. Move it to breakfast. Avocado eggs. Avocado toast. Throw half of one into a morning smoothie. Your GLP-1 response will thank you. Food number 2. Oats, the GEL effect that keeps GLP-1 on. Oats are the single highest ranked food for natural GLP-1 release, according to 2026 clinical data. The mechanism is fascinating. Oats are loaded with a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When beta-glucan hits your gut, it forms a thick gel, literally a viscous substance that coats the inside of your intestine. This gel does 2 things. It slows digestion dramatically, and it keeps that GLP-1 signal switched on for hours instead of minutes. But there is a catch. Instant oats are processed so heavily that most of the beta-glucan structure is destroyed. The gel does not form properly. You want rolled oats or steel-cut oats, the ones that take more than 90 seconds to make. Skip the flavored packets. The added sugar spikes your insulin and counteracts everything you just did. Plain oats. Add your own fruit. That is your breakfast GLP-1 stack right there. Avocado on the side, oats is the base. Food 3. Eggs, the dual-action appetite killer. Protein is a GLP-1 trigger on its own, but not all protein is equal. Eggs produce what researchers call a dual-action satiety response, and it makes them one of the most powerful appetite-suppressing foods on the planet. Here's what happens. The amino acids in eggs directly stimulate your L cells to release GLP-1. At the same time, egg protein slows gastric emptying, meaning food sits in your stomach longer, and the fullness signal keeps firing for hours after you eat. A study comparing high-protein breakfasts found that people who ate eggs in the morning consumed significantly fewer calories throughout the rest of the day. Not because they were trying to, but because the hunger signal simply did not come back as fast. Now here's the bonus, and this is the part most people miss. Research shows that meal sequence dramatically changes your GLP-1 response. If you eat your protein, like eggs, before your carbohydrates, GLP-1 levels are significantly higher than if you eat in the reverse order. So if you have eggs and toast for breakfast, eat the eggs first. Let the protein hit your gut before the carbs do. It sounds simple, and it works. Food number 4. Lentils, the slow burn that outlasts every other food on this list. If you want GLP-1 release that lasts, and I mean 4 to 6 hours of sustained appetite suppression, lentils are your answer. Lentils are one of the richest sources of both soluble fiber and resistant starch. When gut bacteria ferment this fiber in your colon, they produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids, specifically one called butyrate. Butyrate directly binds to the receptors on your L cells and triggers GLP-1 release hours after the meal is over. You are not just getting a spike at mealtime. You are getting a slow, sustained signal that keeps appetite in check into your next meal window. 1 cup of cooked lentils delivers about 15 grams of fiber. That is over half of your recommended daily intake in a single serving. And unlike beans, they do not require soaking. They cook in 20 minutes. Add them to soups, eat them as a side, mix them into a salad. The most underrated GLP-1 food on this list, and one of the cheapest per serving of any food you can buy. And finally, food number 5, extra virgin olive oil, the fat that signals fullness. Most people think fat makes you fat. But the right fat? It's one of the most potent natural GLP-1 triggers your body has. Research consistently shows that unsaturated fats are far superior to saturated fats when it comes to stimulating GLP-1. And extra virgin olive oil, high in oleic acid and polyphenols, is at the top of that list. When olive oil hits your small intestine, it triggers a cascade of satiety hormones, including GLP-1, that send an immediate stop-eating signal to your brain. This is why the Mediterranean diet, which is built on olive oil, has been shown in studies to raise GLP-1 levels significantly higher than low-fat diets. Here's the catch. It has to be extra virgin. Regular olive oil and light olive oils have been refined to the point where the polyphenols that trigger this response are stripped out. Look for cold-pressed extra virgin on the label. Drizzle it over your lentils. Add it to your eggs. Use it as a base for cooking instead of butter. You just build a complete natural GLP-1 protocol from 5 foods. And the combined effect is greater than any of them alone. Before you go, there is one more thing that multiplies everything on this list, and it costs you nothing. It is the order you eat your food. Studies show that eating your vegetables and protein before your carbohydrates produces a dramatically higher GLP-1 response than eating in the reverse order. The gut senses the fiber and protein first, releases GLP-1 early, and by the time the carbs arrive, your appetite is already being managed. So the protocol looks like this. Fiber first, a salad, some lentils, some vegetables, then protein, eggs, fish, chicken, then the carbs last. It sounds almost too simple, but the science is clear. Sequence your plate, and you get more GLP-1 from the farm food. If you found this useful, hit subscribe so you do not miss our next release. Follow us on X and Instagram in the comments below to receive regular health tips and tricks. And here is the full recap. Number 1, avocado, eaten in the morning for maximum GLP-1 response. Number 2, rolled or steel-cut oats, for the beta-glucan gel effect. Number 3, eggs, eaten before your carbs. Number 4, lentils, for the sustained 4 to 6 hours of satiety. And number 5, extra virgin olive oil, the fat that signals fullness directly to your brain. Stack these, sequence your meals, and give your body the tools to do what Ozempic does, artificially, naturally, for free. Starting today, swing by the diet, and exercise website, also in the comments below. We did the research on products for you and sorted out items that are evidence-backed and lab-tested to get results. And remember, when it comes to diet and exercise, there are no gimmicks, just results. I'll see you in the next one.